Hi, welcome to the MODD, Military Order of the Devil Dogs. I am PD Evie Remines with my temporary special guest Hunter because he won't leave me alone to get this film. So I am holding him for right now. I want to thank everybody who supported me in the producing of these videos. And make sure you comment and like and let me know what topics you would like me to discuss in future videos. Today I'm going to talk about MODD passports, passport fees, passport fines, and passport donations. This is part of the MODD's Obedience School, which can be found on the Kennel's website. This is the first of many of the topics listed in the Obedience School that I will be covering in my video series. After you've taken the obligation to the oath of pup, you should have received a pup kit. In this kit, you will receive your black collar, your silver medallion ID tag, a cover patch, a shoulder patch, an MODD membership pin, a small handbook, and a passport. Now, I've already covered in the first video uniform of the MODD what you should be doing with the collar, the disc, and the patches. So if you're still not sure what to do with that, you need to go back and watch that video. So that leaves us with the handbook and the passport. Now, if you're like me and you don't own a microscope, this is also on the Kennel website. So if you can't read the teeny tiny little writing within, go there and check it out. When you attend a growl on any level, you will be required to have this passport available. The information within will be reviewed, which we'll go over momentarily, and if everything is found to be in order, once you pay your fee and your fine if necessary, then your visa will be stamped and you'll be permitted entry into the growl. The passport is also a nice history of your time within the MODD. As you can see, I have several passports and I can always go through and look at them and recall the various growls that I have attended. You're a brand new pup. You've been handed your pup kit with your brand new fresh passport. Open the first page. You'll see here the first edition was actually published in 1988. And it's gone through 10 different editions, most recently 2010. On the next page is just a little message from the Honorable Chief Devil Dog saying that with this passport you have permission to go to any pack or pound growl that you wish. However, kennel growls, except for the midwinter or gathering growls, are exclusive to PDDs. The next page is where you're probably going to need instructions. This is your information, and even though it seems self-explanatory, there are a couple items on here that might need further explanation. So starting off, you will enter your name, last name, first name, middle initial. The block to the right of that contains your MCL number, which is your Marine Corps League number. This is the number you got when you first joined the Marine Corps League. Underneath that, it says MCLPL number. This is your Marine Corps League Permanent Life Member number if you had chosen to join as a life member of the Marine Corps League. Lastly is a DDLM number. This is your Devil Dogs Life Membership number, and you'll have one if you've chosen to join the Devil Dogs as a life member. Next line down, you have sex, which per the dictionary is either of the two main categories, male or female, into which humans and most other living things are divided on the basis of their reproductive function. Now, I'm not here to go into any discussions of gender identity. That's why I presented this definition. So if you're a human or other living thing with testicles, you will check the M for male. If you're a human or other living thing with ovaries, you will check the box next to the B? Were you expecting an F? Remember, we're the Devil Dogs, so we use dog-related terminology. And before I upset my mother, who I know watches these videos, hi Mom, let me present you with the definition of the word represented by that B. B, the female of the dog or some other carnivorous animal. So if you're a human or other living carnivorous animal with ovaries, you will check the box next to the B. Now, whether you choose to call yourself by that word or not is totally up to you. I just want you to realize that this is offensive to some people, so just be respectful. Next to sex is birthplace. Now here's something some of you might not know about me. I was actually born in Bangkok, Thailand. Now I'm not going to put Bangkok, Thailand on my birthplace because this is not the place where you're physically born into this world. This is the place where you were obligated to pup in the MODD. I was a member of Hound Dog Pound 204 when I obligated to pup, so therefore my birthplace is Glen Burnie, Maryland. That leads to the birth date block. Again, this is not the day that you emerge from your mother's womb unto this earth. This is the day that you took your oath of obligation to pup. Be aware that this is formatted as day, month, year, because obviously the people who developed this passport in 1988 were European. Writing this in the typical United States of America month, day, year could get you fined. Okay, issue dog tag number. That will be on your membership card once your paperwork is processed. I discussed that process in the Uniform of the MODD video. There is no set rule on which pound you consider your home pound. For example, even though my detachment meets in Jarrettsville, Maryland, we didn't have a pound around when I decided to become a member of the MODD. So I traveled down to Glen Burnie, Maryland and joined the Hound Dog Pound 204. Shortly after, my detachment, Corporal P. Arnold Detachment, and the members of the Cecil County Detachment, the Lance Corporal Copenhaver Detachment, decided to form a new pound. So we joined forces and chartered Dog Patch Pound 333. So even though I was actually born into the Devil Dogs down in Glen Burnie, I actually consider Dog Patch Pound 333 my home pound. Now I'm still a member of Hound Dog Pound 204 and attend growls down there. Right now there is no set bylaw on dual memberships, but there is a bylaw change in the works for the Springfield Convention. All right, now that I made this simple little block a huge deal, let's enter your home pound. Pack, that's basically where the pack is that your pound belongs. Dog Patch Pound 333 is in Maryland Pack, so I'll write Maryland Pack on my passport. If you do not have a pack within your state, then just leave this blank. Present Devil Dog Office. This is the only section I recommend you fill out in pencil. Using a pencil allows you to erase it in order to change in case you move up to a different office or leave office while you're still filling out your passport. You will put the offices that you hold, pound, pack, or kennel, along with the years that you held them or are currently still holding them. Finally, put your John Hancock where it says signature of dog. Now the next page has a huge block that says attach photograph here. You do not have to go out and get a professional portrait of yourself made. I have seen boot camp photos, I've seen retirement photos, I've seen people in their goofiest outfits. It just has to be a photo of you. Personally, I chose a photo that one of my oldest and dearest friends, George, took of me. I chose this photo for two reasons. For one, you can clearly see the USMC tattoo I have on my back, which is one of my favorite tattoos. And also, I kind of look hot in it, and I usually don't feel like I look hot, so it's kind of cool to look hot sometimes. Now that you have your passport all set up, it's time to get your first visa stamp. You will present your correctly filled out passport to the person guarding the gates of the growl. You will present this along with your one big bone passport fee. They will stamp your passport and they will initial and put the date of the growl. Now they may ask questions of you, and if you don't know your Marine Corps League life number or your Devil Dog life number, or you say your birthday in month, day, year order instead of the European way, then you might have to pay a passport fine. Allow me to go over the Kennel bylaws concerning passports and visa stamps. Now, I don't have an eidetic memory, so you will see me glancing down at my notes while I go over this. Kennel bylaws, section 505, passports and visa stamps. A. All Devil Dogs shall procure an MODD passport at a cost regulated by the Kennel, which will distribute them to the packs and pounds. The fine for attending any kennel pack, or pound growl will be $1, one big bone, without a passport in any attending devil dog's possession. That basically means if you forgot your passport, you gotta pay a big bone. B, the kennel, packs, and pounds will procure a visa stamp to stamp all passports with the date of all growls attended by said devil dog presenting their passport. Cost of a visa stamp shall be $1, one big bone. And basically what B is referring to is if you have a pound or a pack, you should get your own identifying stamp in which to use. C, all monies collected for passport or visa stamping shall be forwarded after each growl to the Honorable Kennel Dog Robber, who will hold these monies in a special passport account. D, all monies collected will be used each year at the Marine Corps League Incorporated National Convention, where a check for a sizable portion of that account will be presented first to a children's hospital in the convention city or to another suitable local charity as the executive board of the Military Order of the Devil Dogs Incorporated may select. The check shall be accompanied by a letter stipulating that the order's contribution is to be used for special equipment purchases only and for no other purposes. E, any devil dog passport that is lost or misplaced, not stolen, if turned into either the kennel, pack, or pound dog robber, shall be stamped 4 times and returned at a cost for $2 as a finder's fee. So let's talk about E a little bit. A lot of pounds or packs, if somebody foolishly lays their passport on the table and walks away or drops it or leaves it in the head or whatever, somebody else finds it, they'll take that passport and they'll auction it off. Some people have very deep pockets, and I need you to remember that not all your devil dogs do. You don't want to scare people away that might not have a whole lot of extra money. They want to be a devil dog, but you will chase them off before they even have a chance to get through the door. Please just keep these items in mind when somebody finds a passport laying around. So at the beginning of the video, I said we would cover passport fees, passport fines, and passport donations. Let's take a moment now just to explain what each of those are. Passport fee is the one big bone that you pay when you come in, present your passport, and have your visa stamp put on it. A passport fine is if you're asked a question or you have an improper uniform on, and while they're stamping your visa, they see this and they say, well, you got this wrong, give me one big bone. Passport donations or any other bones that are collected either when you walk in the door, like maybe you don't have change for $5 and you're just like, here, just put it towards the kids. Or if you have like a special auction or raffle during the growl and you state specifically that the monies collected during that goes towards the passport fund. Now we are going to touch on something now that has confused dog robbers incessantly. How and when are passport fees, passport fines, and passport donations forwarded to the kennel dog robber? All right, this is going to look like one of those math word problems you did way back in school, so just bear with me. Okay, so let's say you're the dog robber for doesn't exist pound 000. You're holding a pound growl. You have 15 members in your pound and all 15 of them show up. 14 of those 15 members all have one big bone on hand and they pay that for their passport fee. Member number 15 has a 5, and when he goes to pay his one big bone fee, he says, keep the change. Now let's throw in that 3 of those 14 members came in and they were asked what their birthday was, and they said, September 22nd, blah, 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 and they got fined one bone apiece. Also, let's throw in there that your division vice chief devil dog decided to come along and attend your growl, and he pays his one big bone for a stamp, but he only has a 10 and he says keep the change. So are you confused yet? Let me explain. It's really not that hard. So how many big bones is the dog robber going to forward for passport fees? You had your 15 members and your division vice chief devil dog show up. So that means you're going to forward 16 big bones for your passport fees. Now out of that, you had 3 of them get fined 1 big bone apiece, so 3 big bones. You had 1 member with a 5 and said keep the change, so now you have 7 big bones. You also had your vice chief devil dog come in, pay his $1 passport fee, said keep the change, so you have $9 in passport donations, plus the $3 passport fine, plus the $4 passport donation, which gives you 16 big bones in passport donations. Just one more time. You have 16 big bones in passport fees. You have 3 big bones in passport fines. And you have 13 big bones in passport donations. A total of 32 big bones that has been collected while everybody's coming in and getting their passport visa stamps. So does the pound dog robber have to write 3 separate checks? Well, no, that's just a waste of time and paper. 1 check can be written, but you must annotate it in the memo line what each one is for. So the pound dog robber is going to write a check for $32, and down in the bottom of the memo, he's going to put passport fees 16 and passport donations 16. Because you can just kind of pull the fines and donations together at that point. It doesn't matter. Now your head is probably hurting and you're probably sitting there going, why? Why do we have to do this way? Oh my God, are you freaking kidding me? Why? There actually is a method to the madness, and let me explain what that is. So the kennel dog robber will get your check. It'll say on the bottom passport fees. The kennel dog robber is going to record that. That is the only way that the chief devil dog knows that you are holding growls in accordance with kennel bylaws. It is like taking a roll call, and instead of saying present, you're saying here is my bone for attending our growl. So passport fees and passport donations must be sent to the kennel dog robber immediately following a growl, not the pack dog robber. Do not send these to the pack dog robber. They go to the kennel dog robber. Absolutely do not hold on to your passport fees and donations for the entire year and send 1 big check. Absolutely do not take a vote and decide that you're going to use your passport fees and donations for something else. This is a violation of kennel bylaws. Passport fees and donations go into a special fund for the Children's Hospital and only are used for that, nothing else. Article 2, pounds. Section 205, growls, regular, annual, special, and staff. Subsection A, regular. Each pound shall hold no less than 4 regular assemblies during any fiscal year, which coincides with the Marine Corps League's fiscal year of July 1 to June 30th. So starting on 1 July, you need to hold 4-pound growls before June 30th of the next year rolls around. And again, the only way the chief can be sure that you're holding these growls is by reviewing the report for the kennel dog robber of passport fees that are sent to him immediately following a growl. If the chief gets the report from the kennel dog robber and sees that there's been absolutely no bones collected for passport fees for your pound, he or she can just assume that you're not having growls and are therefore in violation of kennel bylaws. This could and should result in the suspension or revocation of your pound's charter. You may have noticed that I was only referring to pounds just now. That is because packs are only required to have 1 growl per year in concurrence with their department's annual convention. Okay, so let's recap everything. Passport usage. You should now know how to fill out the information page on your passport. You know to put a picture of your choosing in it. You know to present this passport to your pack or pound in order to pay your $1 passport fee and get your visa stamp in order to enter the growl. You know the passport fees, passport fines, and passport donations are sent to the Kennel dog robber immediately following the growl in order to keep an attendance of your pound holding growls. One check is written by the pound dog robber with a note in the memo section saying how much of this check is passport fees and how much is passport donations. You know the passport fees and donations go directly to the kennel dog robber and not the pack dog robber. And you know that passport fees and donations cannot be used in any way, shape, or form for anything else. They are to be sent to the kennel dog robber and used for the Passport Children's Fund. You know your pound should hold at least 4 growls per fiscal year, and your pack should hold at least 1 growl per fiscal year. And you know your pound's charter can be suspended or revoked if you are not sending in your passport fees and donations immediately to the kennel dog robber after your growls. So there you have it, the super easy, not complicated at all guide to passports, passport fees, passport fines, and passport donations. If you're a dog robber and you're still confused about how the bones should be sent into the kennel and how they should be categorized, you can always contact the Kennel Executive Director, PDD Ben Wells. I'll put his information in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you'll be pinged next time I have a new video come out. As always, comments are always appreciated, and I truly appreciate your support in this endeavor. Until next time, Semper Fi and Woof Woof.